Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to filter records on the verification portal on iRecord. So I'm going to start by showing you the search box here. And if we enter something in here, it will search all of the records across all fields for that word. So I'm going to start by changing the status to all records just so that we get more results just for the purpose of this exercise. And then I'm going to search in here for the word white. Now, when I search for that word, like I said, it will search across all fields. So it will bring up records where the recorder or determiner had white in their name. But if we scroll down, it's also brought up this record of by Mastus Rubidus here, and the recorder doesn't have white in their name. If I click on that record so that I can see more details, I can see here in the comments that within the comments they'd said it was mostly white poplar. The deadwood that they were looking through, so that's came up as well. So just to be aware that when you're searching in the search box, it will search across all fields. Okay, I'm just going to return it back to all records. What we can also do is search across the individual fields by searching in these search boxes here. So if I wanted to look for everything that, for example, was in a garden, if I type in garden here and press enter, it will bring up all the records that have garden within the habitat name, as we can see there. In addition to the search boxes, we also have the filter options as well. So there's a couple of quick filters here, so we can search the status of the records. At the moment, I've got it set to all records. The default is pending, which will be all records that have not yet been reviewed or records where a query has been sent to the recorder, but the recorder has replied to that, so they're again up for review. But we can select only accepted records if we want to look at those records that have already been accepted and have a second look at them. Any records that have already had a verification assessment done will have a icon here indicating what the decision was. So this tick here means that they are accepted. If we have a look at not accepted records, it'll bring up all the records that are not accepted, and we'd expect the icon here to be a red cross in a box to tell us that those are not accepted. So again, I'm going to return that to all records. Another quick filter that we've got here is the photos filter, and we can select it so that it's only records without a photograph. And that should bring up records that don't have a photo or with a photo. And simply selecting from the drop down changes that view. I'm going to go back to no filter so that all records are displaying. Going back down here to searches, if you want to customize this bar here, you just simply click on the spanner, and that will give you all the possible fields for your data set, and you can tick or untick things to add or remove them. So if I want to get rid of the habitat and I want to add in the date it was submitted on, I untick the habitat box, tick on the submitted on box, click save, and that will change what field was showing in the far right. So where habitat was there before, it now has submitted on date. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do a more complex filter. When you want to create a filter, you just click on the create a filter button, and that will bring up lots of options. Now, there are lots of different things in these different options that you can select to filter. As you select more and more things, they add to the filter. So the filter can be built up on quite a few things. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to create a filter for anything belonging to this genus Lumbricus that was in Cumberland, and let's say I want to look at accepted records only. So I'll tackle each of those parameters one at a time. First of all, I'll go to the what, because I want to narrow it down to just species within the genera Lumbricus. So I click on species or higher taxa, and I click in the name of the genera that I want. Now, because iRecord uses the UK Species Dictionary, it will only allow you to pick accepted scientific names. So we're going to pick Lumbricus there, and then we need to click add, and that will add that to the filter. To make this active though, we have to click apply. When we do that, what is displaying here has changed. So we can see that all the species now are lumbricus. Okay, so I said I only wanted records from Cumberland. So looking at the map here, I just want the ones from the Vice County of Cumberland. So I'd click on where, and then I need to choose an existing site or location. So these, we could search by country, different national nature reserves, but in this case, I'm going to go to Vice County, and then a box pops up here where I'd enter the Vice County that I want to search for. So again, once I start typing, it's a predetermined list. So Cumberland comes up, and then I add that there. Again, I need to click apply for that to be added to the filter. And now we can see from the list, I've only got species within the records within the genera Lumbricus, and all of these are records within the Vice County of Cumbria. So it's these blue records here. Now, I also only want to look at records that have been accepted for the purpose of this filter. So I'm going to now click on quality, and there's a number of different options here. So if I want accepted records only, I select that. Again, I click apply to make sure that that is added to the filter, and now it's got rid of any records that are not accepted records. So that would be records that are still under review, or records that were rejected or not accepted. And that is how we build a filter. Now, if this was a filter that I wanted to use repeatedly, I can simply save it so that I don't have to build it again. And let's call it filter 1 for the purpose of this. And then I click save, and that will save that to my to the filters on my profile. Now, at any time, if you want to clear a filter, you just click this reset button here. That will completely reset the filter. And again, I'll be seeing all records as per the top master filter options. So if I want to close down these filter options, I can simply close them down there. And if I wanted to rerun that filter, because I've saved it, it's here as filter 1. So I just go to the drop down, click on it, apply, and that filter will be returned. So just species within the genus Lumbricus in Cumberland that are accepted.